I want to go over what I did to unlock 99 overall Carlos Beltran as a no money spent player, and I'm not one of those players who's no money spent but goes flawless in BR a bunch of times and gets most of the expensive live series cards from BR. I'm mostly an offline player who does play some online, and when I do, mainly just some solo ranked or some co-op. And this year, I do think it's important to finish the live series collections because the Legends and Flashback collections are now back in the game. So having all of the live series collection reward cards will go a long way towards trying to finish any new Legends and Flashback collection that comes out into the game. And at the time I record this video, it takes about a total of 2 million stubs to fully complete the live series collections and to pick up Beltran. If you want to unlock Beltran quicker, there are some things I would recommend doing to get more stubs, so we can go over all of those, and then I'll give a few other tips for things you can be doing to work towards Beltran to save stubs and be more efficient. So let's go over how I got all of my stubs for this collection. So first off, I used two different ways to be earning stubs outside of just grinding the game itself that played a big role in getting enough stubs to actually finish the collections. The first way is through investing, and when I say investing, I feel like a lot of people think about live series card investing and hoping those overalls go up in updates. And while I do think investing in live series cards can be a great way to make stubs over the course of the year, I invested in other ways. So what I did was I like to pay attention to the market and the overall trends in the market pretty much every single day, because I do want to know when prices on these cards go up or down, or when a small market crash happens. And I specifically am interested in when card prices are going down or when these market crashes actually happen, because while a lot of people during these times might panic sell cards and lose stubs, this is a great opportunity to invest. These small market crashes on some cards can really happen anytime, but often they're going to happen on content days when lots of more cards basically will enter the game, driving down the prices on some of the cards, or when there's a flash sale going on. So on these days, I pay extra close attention to card prices. So one investment that I did make was with one of the older inning program boss cards, like this Manny Ramirez right here from the first inning XP path. About a month ago, I could buy him for like 13K, and this was when around the time, the first inning XP program was ending, and basically the new inning program was starting up, and you can see his price jump back up then to about 20,000, which I sold a lot of him for at that price. And then his card price dropped once again down to I could buy him for like 10K or so, and I did that. I picked him up for about 10,000 again, and then his price recovered again a little bit, and I sold off more of him for a nice little profit. Investing in these inning program bosses, just going forward, near the end of that inning program is a really good investing opportunity, because that's when their prices are going to be lowest. And yeah, there's really no other way of obtaining these cards, these inning program bosses, so it's a really good investing opportunity because of that. I also knew at some point the Legends and Flashback collection would be coming, so these 20th anniversary cards would be needed for it, so I did invest in this Vlad as well. I picked him up for around 6,000, and I was able to sell a lot of him. I think it was a little under 20,000, so that's a really nice profit. I mean, I probably tripled my stubs on that investment right there, so that's really nice. And the big thing I like to think about when deciding on which cards to invest is obviously, the cards that drop in price, but also you need to know whether they're easy to obtain, these cards, or difficult. You want the difficult cards to obtain, like the inning program cards that, for example, like the inning program cards are hard to get because you can only get them from the inning program, and when that expires, you can't get them anymore. You can just get them on the market, but like that David Robertson I just showed you guys is a headliner player. Anytime you open a pack, you basically have a chance to pull that headliner player. So his card, that's just not a card I would invest in, because people are going to be pulling them all the time. That price is just going to go down over time regardless. So again, at the end of the XP inning programs, buying into some of those boss cards and then waiting to sell them off until a couple weeks later is not a bad idea for investing, but you can take a look at other cards too and just see what else you might want to invest in when these market crashes happen and when people panic and sell. There's just lots of good opportunities to be buying in and making lots of stubs. The next thing I did to make stubs outside of grinding the game was quick flipping cards on the MLB The Show companion app. If you don't know which cards are good to flip, you can always go to showzone.gg's website, which has a really good resource where basically it tells you what the best cards in the game are to flip at the moment, just based on the biggest margins. I've gotten comments from people this year saying that they're just not making much from flipping, but there just are opportunities out there. It might take some digging to find them. This year I've mainly been quick flipping diamond player cards, and I make anywhere from like 500 to 1500 stubs per flip. And I much prefer flipping on the app because I can do this literally anywhere and throughout the day at any time. So whenever just I have a little bit of time on my hands, or I'm watching like an MLB game or a TV show or whatever, I like to do some flipping. I never really went super hard flipping cards on certain days, but most days I would just do some flipping here and there, and over time the stubs I would make really add up, and on average I would probably make, let's say, about like 20,000 stubs per day from flipping, and it might not seem like a crazy high number, but over the course of a week, that would be 140,000 stubs just from quick flipping cards. Now, the thing I really focused on when I grinded the game was what can I grind to get the most amount of packs as I possibly can to give myself the best chance to possibly pull some of the expensive Live Series cards, because at the end of the day, these expensive cards are going to be the majority of the cost for the Live Series collections. One tip I would give for getting more packs and rewards, and this is something I actually forgot to do for a while, was whenever you finish a Live Series collection for a team, be sure to come into that team's TA My Journey path, and right here you can collect the Live Series reward for an extra 20,000 team affinity points, which will give you obviously some more rewards, but likely it'll give you a few packs as well. And these packs, you can get for every single team, so knocking out these Live Series collections and getting these packs will add up over time. But then the best things to grind, in my opinion, to get packs, first starting off with Diamond Quest. These maps, you're obviously able to get a lot of packs for completing, and even those silver player packs in Diamond Quest are actually pretty good because you have the same odds of pulling a diamond from that pack as you do the show pack, and at the very least you're getting a silver, sometimes a gold, sometimes a diamond player as a little bonus too. Diamond Quest, you can also be getting those diamond player card rewards as well from whatever map you're playing, so that's a great way to get extra stubs and make it even more rewarding. Another mode that gives out a ton of free packs is Conquest. It feels like people either love or hate Conquest, so that maybe some of you guys might roll your eyes at me when I talk about this, but between all of the hidden rewards and then all of the goals on these Conquest maps that you can get, even more packs, plus the amount of Conquest maps they've been releasing this year, this is so rewarding when it comes to packs. And what I like to do when a new program comes out is I like to just do a lot of the missions in these Conquest games, so I'm earning some packs from the programs, but then I'm also quickly stacking packs from these Conquest maps. And even if you guys do not want to grind out all of these Conquest games, at the very least, I would suggest going through and simming all of the Conquest maps so you can pick up the free hidden reward packs. And I do have shorts on all of the hidden reward locations for most of these Conquest maps for those of you that are interested in looking for those hidden reward locations. One last thing I just want to mention when it comes to other things you can grind for packs is inside this rebuild your mini seasons. There are a number like this one right here. 20 extra base hits with silver rarity players to earn 3 Ballin' as a habit packs. That's pretty good. 21 strikeouts with bronze rarity players to get 10 packs. 12 innings pitched with common rarity pitchers for one of the deluxe packs. And then, this is gold player. This mini seasons is gold players or worse. So you're going to get some of these others for just PXP with gold cards, silver cards. And then you're going to be earning these Mark Canha, Shane Bieber, Mitch Garver cards, and just put them in your lineup, and you're going to get a premier pack right there, which is pretty good. 15 home runs you'll get from just grinding this, another 5 packs. And then obviously for playoffs, winning the championship, you'll get even more rewards as well. But yeah, this is tons of packs in here, super rewarding. Definitely recommend this, and pay attention to future mini season releases because these might have tons of packs to earn as well and might be super rewarding. Another thing I try to stress every single year when it comes to finishing off the Live Series collections, because this is so important, is when you have cards you need to go in and buy, always be putting in buy orders when you're buying these cards rather than doing the buy now price on this card. Like for this Vlad right here, I could put in a buy order and get him for 14,700 versus if I just did buy now, I'd be paying 1,300 more for this card. Now, add that up for all of the cards in these collections. you know, whether it's all the diamonds, whether it's all the golds, the silvers, all of it, it's all going to add up and you're going to save so many stubs from just putting in buy orders versus just clicking buy now on the cards. This is just going to speed up the process, or not even just speed up the process. It's just going to make everything more efficient, and you're going to be spending less stubs on completing the same collections as you would, you know, if you were just buy nowing on all the cards. I also think it's important to have a decent amount of stubs just sitting in your account that are ready in case a market crashes happens, like we talked about earlier, like with flash sales or other situations when these live series cards drop a bunch in price. When this happens, it's super important to pick up some of these expensive live series cards because these expensive ones will be the majority of the cost of the collection, so getting a good deal on these cards is crucial to completing the collections using as few stubs as possible. I also just wanted to mention, I did get pretty decent pack luck this year too. I pulled Judge, I pulled Jose Ramirez, and I pulled Ketel Marte, which really helped. But again, I do think putting such a focus on getting as many packs as I possibly can did help with this because I opened up just a ridiculous amount of free packs. And with a little bit of luck, you know, obviously this showed it can go a far way with helping you get Beltran, helping you get some of these expensive cards that are, like I said before a couple times, the majority of the cost for this Beltran. So I'm very glad to be done with the live series collections, but I just wanted to go out there and give you guys all the advice I would have for if you want to complete this as a no money spent player and just go over what I did, all the other tips to help you guys save stubs, be more efficient, and just get this done as quickly as possible. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. That's going to be it for this one. I appreciate all of you for watching this one. See you in the next video. Peace.